Hi, it's Siva. How are you? So, I want to tell you about something that I do before setting my resolutions, my goals, and all that good stuff. Now, if you're not a big believer in setting up your goals, you still have to watch this because I think this is something that you could do on a regular basis because it will help you to just celebrate you. And I think it's a good thing to celebrate yourself because uh, I know every time I go through my feed, every time I'm reading something, I'm watching something, I'm reminded all the time that I'm not good enough. So it's my job to tell myself that, you know what, you are actually alright and you're doing well and you are good enough. So I would like to know, how is your 1st of January? How is it going? How are you feeling? And what did you do maybe yesterday to celebrate that? Do you even celebrate that or you don't? I'd love to know that. So let me know in the comments. Hi Joseph, how you doing and what you've been up to, and whether you set your New Year's resolutions or you don't. So tell me in the comments if you're joining, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching a replay. If you're watching a replay, give me #replay and tell me whether you set your New Year's resolutions. So I have to say, I'm not much of a big believer in New Year's resolutions. However, I'm a big believer in making lists, and I have this not like a problem, but if you took me to a makeup store, I would be like, yeah, it's nice, it's alright. If you took me to a shoe shop, I would be like, yeah, it's nice. If you took me to some beautiful clothing store, or I'd be like, yeah, it's good. However, nothing makes me as excited as when I can go to the shop and there is lots of stationery, where there are a lot of diaries, stuff like that. So I love it. Like, this is my 2019 diary in gold. It's like for stuff. Then this is the diary that I write all the time on regular basis. Then there is another diary I mentioned in my previous post. If you go on my feed, you will see where a diary that I've been filling up for the last 5 years, and every day there is a question and I answer these questions, and then I can see, where was I at this time last year, and it's just amazing. So I like, as you can tell probably, I like writing diaries and things like that, because for me, when I put things when I write it down, I get this feeling, it's going to a different kind of physical universe, and it gives me a different feeling. And Joseph, you saying too many diaries, you know what? That's not all. So I've got this, then I've got this, then I have another one where I write down things that I'm learning at the moment, or my content or stuff like that. And then I think I have another one. Yeah, so usually I'm writing like 3 or 4 diaries at the same time, and they all have different things in there. So one of the things that I think it's very useful before you set your New Year's resolutions, and I'd like to know, if you're watching this, please let me know in the comments, give me yes or no, whether you set your New Year's resolutions or you don't. I just would like to know that. I think it's very interesting to see. And I know this is going to be the time where a lot of people, even today, I was going for a walk and I could see some people jogging, and they were, wearing short sleeves, and they looked like, I'm just gonna prejudge, and they looked like this is not something that they do very often. Then I saw a shop displays where they had a lot of gym outfits, a lot of gym gear, and it's also, this time where I know, like, if I wanted to join the gym, I don't go to the gym, sadly. But if I wanted to go to the gym, I would not join the gym in January because I know how busy it is, and I know that a lot of people are setting themselves these like New Year's resolutions. Oh, I'm gonna start going to the gym. I'm gonna do this, and I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to gamble anymore. I'm going to drink 10 glasses of water every day. I'm going to improve my diet. So, like all these big things. Now, I think it's great to have these resolutions and to say what you want to do. I have my own kind of goal setting technique. If you would like to learn about that, let me know in the comments. If you would be interested to know how I set my goals and how I make them actually happen, and not just, something that is so big that I get too scared and then I never achieve that. So if you would be interested to find out about that, let me know in the comments. Now, before I set my goals, I do something else, and I would, if you would like that, I would love you to try that and see what you think about it. So before I set my goals, I actually appreciate things that I've already achieved, and I express myself like I write down the things that I'm proud of myself, something that I have achieved. So, it could be anything that you can think of. And before setting your goals, I would suggest, and I would say that I think it's a cool thing to do. Instead of pushing yourself to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this stuff and be like, I'm just gonna be a completely different person in 2019. Why not, before you do that, why not write down things that you're proud of yourself? Have you tried the circle of life? I haven't tried the circle of life, but Julian, but I know, there are so many different goal setting techniques there, and I think it's important to find what works for you, because what works for Jimmy might not work for Teresa. What works for you, Julian, might not be working for Kelly, or things like that, so it's very important that you find your own. But before that, take some time to appreciate what you have already achieved, and take some time to appreciate, your accomplishments. I'll make sure to check that out. Thank you, Julian. So sit down, take a piece of paper, and write down 7 things that you are proud of yourself that you have accomplished in 2018. And do that before you actually go and set your goals. Now, it could be anything, maybe you didn't get into another abusive relationship, maybe you passed your driving license, maybe you got a promotion at work, maybe you got out of debt, maybe you reduced the number of hours you spend watching porn, maybe you stop buying things that you don't need, maybe you rekindle your relationship with someone. It could be anything that you can think of. Now, if you want, I'm gonna read from my diary, I'll give you a glimpse of the things that I wrote down, and the things that I wrote down that I'm proud of myself that I've achieved in 2018. And I did that before writing down. Oh, Julian, you didn't kill myself climbing my mountains. I love that. So if you're watching this, whether you watch it live or whether you're watching a replay, please write down in the comments, what is it, something, just one thing that you done in 2018 that you are proud of yourself. So let me know in the comments, what is that one thing that you done in 2018 that you are proud of yourself. So I want you, pat yourself at the back and say well done to yourself, because self-validation is the best thing that you can do to yourself, instead of, waiting for strangers, waiting for others to give you that validation, to give you that you are good, you are enough, you're worthy. Why not do that to yourself? Then you are not dependent on anyone. You can create that self-validation for yourself, instead of waiting for it to get from someone externally. You can create that within yourself, and then it's the most powerful one, because it does not depend on anyone else. So so I'm gonna read a couple of things that I wrote down, the things that I'm proud about myself that I achieved in 2018. So I'm not gonna read all 7, I'll just give a couple. So I am proud of myself that I finally learned that kind mind equals wise mind, And if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you watch one of my Facebook lives. I don't know what it's called now. Maybe I'll find. Yeah, but it's something that I've learned and it has been really helpful for me. I'm also proud of myself for writing my second book this year. So my second book, that's called Why Am I Still Single, for Women, The Truth I Wish My Mom Told Me About Men. Another thing that I'm really proud of myself is that I have taken up meditation, and I've been consistent, and I've been doing it, and I found like a lot of inner peace doing that. Also, I'm proud of myself for taking more time to spend with people that I care, because at the beginning of the year I really isolated myself, and that has caused a number of issues that were not so good. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself for doing that. I'm also proud of myself for overcoming depression. I've been battling depression, and I have a different Facebook Live for that as well. Let me know if you would like to watch that. I think you can find it on my feed, or if you want, I can share a link to that as well. So let me know in the comments if you want me to share the link. I'll pop the link for you in the comments. So just say yes, I'd like to learn about your battle with depression, and I can share that. Another thing that I'm proud of myself is that it was the first time that I spoke at someone's event, and I spoke for 90 minutes. Now, if you don't know, you probably may be watching me, and you've been watching me for a while. You think I don't have a problem speaking, and I appreciate that. However, I don't have that anymore. I had a very big fear of speaking in public, like face to face in front of people, and now I've overcome that. So that's one of the things that I'm really proud of myself. So yeah, that's one of that. This is my list. I don't know whether I read all 7 or 6 or 5, but I would like to know in the comments. Please let me know what are the things that you're proud of yourself for achieving in 2018, and before you set, all those resolutions, all those goals for 2019, express that gratitude. Take, that moment to take that moment to really appreciate yourself for doing that, because every single person that you see around yourself, even especially those that you think they live the most perfect life, they usually go through the biggest battles and the biggest souls, I believe, that have to overcome the biggest battles. And never underestimate what the stranger is going through, because everyone's got some pain to go through, and once you overcome that pain, you become much stronger. So I think it's very important, especially if you feel like 2018 has been one of the toughest years. If you feel that 2018 has been one of the toughest years, please take that time to really appreciate what you overcome, and to really, celebrate that strength that it has taken you to overcome that. So yeah, and if you would like to find out about my technique, how I set my goals, and it's been working for me, let me know in the comments. If you would like to know that, I might share that later. And if you know someone that is rather hard on himself or herself, and someone that you feel like is an amazing human being but is always beating himself or herself up, someone that needs to take more time to appreciate themselves and to tell themselves, like, you are actually really great and you're doing great and I'm so proud of you. If there is someone like that in your life, and you would like, to tell that person, I think you're doing so great, make sure that you tag this person in this video, and maybe they could watch this and then write their own list of what they're proud of themselves, and have a look at themselves from a different perspective, and just take a moment and express that feeling of, well done to me, I've done this, I've overcome this, and I'm strong, I'm worthy. And that means, if I was able to overcome this, and I was able to overcome these challenges, I can do that again. And no matter what life throws at me, I've got this, and I can overcome this, and I'll be fine. Because sometimes all you need is someone just giving you a hug, So if you need a hug, I can't give, you know, like a real physical hug, but I give you the cyber hug. What do you call it? Yeah, and just, you know, keep believing, and just keep working on yourself, and you'll be fine. And have faith in yourself. Tris, I think you're great. I also think you need to open up fully to let a man in and romance the shit out of yourself. Oh, interesting. Fully to let a man in and romance the shit out of yourself. That is a good t-shirt slogan, or a jumper slogan. Let someone shit out of you. No. Romance and shit out of yourself. Let a man in and romance the shit out of yourself. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, you're giving me these ideas, Tris. But thank you, and thank you for your hug. I appreciate that. So yes, so make sure, you know, that you give yourself the high five for yourself, and that you pat yourself at the back. And well done to you, you know, for everything that you have accomplished, and romance the shit out of yourself. Yes, the slogan on a t-shirt or a jumper saying romance the shit out of yourself. That would be so great. Anyway, I've got to go. I've got to make some dinner. Yes, it means fall in love. I've got to make some dinner. I've got to still play some Scrabble, do some jigsaw puzzles, all the things that I'm not done today, but I promise myself that I will. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this. And if you found this useful, and if you feel like there is someone out there that needs to express how proud they are, or you want to send them a message saying, you know, that I'm proud of yourself and I want you to know this, tag this person in a video and let them see. So Happy New Year, and I shall see you, I don't know when, soon. And lots of love your way. Bye!